Hello beautiful souls, I'm taking a walk in the woods, so I thought I would jump on and do a quick video. So something that people don't really talk about too often, I think it's coming out more now, is the impact. I mean, people talk about trauma now, but the impact of unresolved trauma in your life, right? In all areas of your life. So if you have experienced sexual trauma, which pretty much everyone has, whether it's directly or indirectly, what actually happens is it blocks your energy at the root. Now, the root chakra, or that energy field, is really where basic trust lives. And so if your basic trust is blocked, it's going to be very hard for you to receive money with ease. It's going to be hard for you to receive healthy romantic relationships with ease, right? And it really limits your self-expression also. So this will be times where you don't feel good enough to show up, right? Or you won't show up despite what you're feeling, right? I'm looking at my hair and everything and I'm like, oh my gosh. At the moment, just being real, right? And then what that does in turn is it leads you to live a life of suppression. And suppression is like death to your spirit and your soul, that then also physically manifests. So when I was assaulted at age 7, 14 and 18, that had an impact not just on my psyche, right? But I also suffered from crippling menstrual pains for decades. I had 3 miscarriages after my first child. I had to remove a polyp before I had my second child. And like, I didn't have the confidence to speak up, even though I knew I had so much value to add, right? And it actually blocked me from getting promotions and things like that, because I had that low self-esteem. So so what happened was, as I followed the calling and the inner voice within me to go and awaken to what it is that I'm here to do, I ended up learning EFT. I ended up becoming an EFT practitioner. And in that session, I actually told the truth about the assaults to people I've never told it to before. And then I went on to tell it and to talk about it live on Facebook. Not just the fact that it had happened and the circumstances that had happened, but actually the way that my body had reacted, especially in the last one, and also the behavior changes that came as a result of that. So for example, my mind completely shut down the shame, even though I was carrying so much shame in my body, that I ended up starting a relationship with the person who assaulted me. Right now, I've let all of that go, which is amazing. Right? But I had been carrying it for so long, so I had a lot of emotions to let go around it, especially shame. And yeah, so then as a result, I am visible. I have no more menstrual pain. It's been coming up to, it's 6 years. I think it's 6 years, coming up to 6 years. And actually, yeah, no, it's probably coming up to 7. And I started my business. I'm living my purpose. I love my life. I really, truly have been brought back to life. My existing relationships have healed, right? So, and I've helped many other people do this as well. In fact, the results are phenomenal. In fact, I had one client who hadn't driven in 11 years. She had a car and a driving license, and she wanted to drive, but she never would do it because her rational mind would tell her that it's too dangerous. Anyway, within 45 minutes and alive inside my group, it is still there, by the way. It's still there in my Facebook group. She opened up, she came clean that her driving instructor had assaulted her. And so with immediate action, she got help and she was back out driving in 2 weeks. Now that is how fast the shift can happen. And then you have to renew it because the familiar is still there. And so you have to reaffirm the new of what it is you want to experience, because it's easy to default to the old, especially when you know how homeostasis works. But if you are someone who is devoted to having healthy relationships with money, with love, with your health, then I am offering a package of 2 EFT sessions for £555. They are in the link at the top. All you have to do is click on that link, book, and let's go. Let's have you living your best life. Like, really, honestly, I'm really passionate about this because it was something that had blocked me for so long, and not even just, you know, not even just the things that I talk about, but in all of the things that you don't see about me as well. By far, like, it's just, it has been so freeing to not have that in me, in my field, to not have to hide that from anyone, right? To be able to just talk about it and be all right with it, you know. And also to really, really help a lot of other people with it too. So women have stigma around it, but fascinatingly enough, a lot of men have even more stigma. So I've worked with men as well who have been assaulted, and we're always worried, we're always warned about stranger danger, but one thing that's not talked about a lot is actually the amount that goes on inside of close friends and family. And then the ignorance from other family members, which actually has more of a detrimental impact on those people than the actual attack itself. So my core thing that I help people with is to deliver their passion and be wealthy, right, doing what they love. But I also have intimate knowledge around trauma, and if I'm being really, really truthful, that is the number one thing that stands in the way of you being a conscious creator, is the trauma that sits in your field. And so you don't want to be focused on fixing yourself or healing yourself, but it's more allowing it to come up and out, and allowing you to live in your heart, right, and doing all the things that you want to do, and like really living, you know, like waking up every day, living life. All right, my loves, take care.